So we open with the kids on the ship getting all the specimens back into containment. However, the redhead asks, why do we have to give up our names and why am I not Wendy? Why is the other heifer Wendy? Why are we the Lost Boys? And one of the other girls says, probably because they never grew up. The other girl says, well, Wendy probably Wendy because she was the first. Nibs is a good name, though. Oh, God. So now the head guy calls in and he says this is now rescue the aliens and bring them back for study. And everybody's like, that's not a good idea, but you gonna try it. They're like, we're weeks away from launching a world-changing product and that crap's dangerous. So the guy tell him, look, Wendy's off looking for her brother. And he said, I told you to watch her. Bring her in. Cut to Wendy running to save that brother. And he tell her, don't come over here. It's a trap. So they're in this meat rack truck. The alien put some shit on him to get him stuck there. She cut him loose, but now the alien is at the end of the truck just waiting for him. Okay, but then the monster walk off, so this is definitely a trap. It starts banging around on the top of the truck. Child, she stab up with that knife she magnetized to her back and the thing start bleeding that acid blood. So it tosses the truck over, but now we don't know where Marcy is. Oh, Lord, now the Xeno thing didn't attack the brother. But before the brother can eat it, the sister gets it by the tongue thing by the hook. Oh, God, so they trying to put it in this garage-like thing, but then the monster pulled Marcy inside with her. So the brother gets the garage door open again, and we see she done beheaded the xenomorph. But it seems like her fake little body is leaking fluid. Now, the brother's a medic and wants to help her, but I don't know if he can fix silicone. You gotta have a mold. Lord, now the brother blowing up, throwing up blood, because I think that thing stabbed him. But he telling her she gonna be okay. And they just laying there next to each other, look dead. Over with the guy she said to wait with them squirting pods. However, something's rustling in the room around him. Chittering, chittering. Fall brings the sounds of chittering. So now one of the other kids runs into him and they start kind of slap fighting because he scared the hell out of him. So he's telling him about Krang and the other shit they saw. I guess if you ain't got no blood, you're not worried about a blood-sucking bug. So they wonder what's in the eggs. I'd want to contain that, but now the cyborg from the ship finds them and tells them to get away from the eggs and drop their weapons. And they're like, we don't have weapons. They're like you. They are the weapon. I will say them as kids in adult bodies adds a layer of humor to this that I feel gives it a little more oomph and body, because it's like, wow, the human experience in a different way while also dealing with good scary stuff. It's good for the mental. It's like a good brain scratch. You know what it is? What we haven't gotten in a while. A new plot line. So the cyborg get to telling them, because I guess he realizes they ain't quite human or a different type of human, that when the monsters come, you're not able to move and help, and Mother, the computer, tells you that only the cargo matters. Now he says he's not a cyborg, but the worst parts of a man. Meanwhile, he hooks himself up to the ship and does a data transfer and asks them would they harm others if ordered to? So he's transferred the data from the computer and erased it from the source. Because the synths accidentally said they was parents, he's pulling a gun on them asking, what the hell are you if you got parents and you really think you have parents? And they won't tell him. But now the guy that works as the billionaire, he come in and kind of protect him. He's like, yeah, I see you got a gun, but what country are you king of to ask me questions? Your ship's mine now. It's on my land. However, we see them eggs bubbling and bubbling, double the troubling. I wouldn't mind a little egg salad. Girl, them things started opening. He got in the wind. The cyborg said toodaloo. However, after that, we go back over to where the sister and the brother is laying. And we got both of them on stretchers, so I guess they're dead for now. Oh, wait, he's in a breathing machine, so they got him, and she was never alive to begin with. They can't find the cyborg. Now it's the next day. Ship's still there. And we've got Hermit's team going back. And the kids are going back, too. That redhead seemed freaked out. And they got the girl and Hermit with them. So I guess they're going to fix him up on Paradise Island. Oh, you know what this is giving? This is giving The Incredibles. So they marching everybody into the buildings, and he sees the alien that they done got. They got the seed pod. Okay, so we're going to have a couple aliens. That beheaded monster gonna put itself back together. I foreshadowing. They got the head and the neck too close. You keep them shit separate. That reminds me of in a video game when you beat something really hard, you save it so you don't have to do it again. Now they get the girl back into surgery, Wendy. The doctor that seems a bit motherly feels bad. She's like, I shouldn't have sent her. And the guy there is like, you weren't the one that sent $1 billion prototype. You're not the boss. He is. I don't think it's. And right when he says that, the guy walks in. You don't think it's what? Nothing. No, spill. Then the billionaire go over to the lab with the head guy and the rest of the specimens. And the other guy asks him, was it worth it to risk $1 billion of specimen? To risk $1 billion on something new and shiny? And he's like, everybody's giving me grief today. The billionaires start looking at that pod and it start opening up. And the guy was like, okay, let's get you out of here because you human. He tell him that thing will gestate in you. So he tell the guy, look, you in charge and keep it locked down. Only have synthetics around. So now this guy comes into a room with the other kids, and we don't know if he's human or not. He look human, and they ask him if they in trouble, and he says, why, have you done something? And they said, no, just what we was told. So he asking them about the cyborg and what he whispered to him because they didn't catch it. And he said, oh, when is a machine not a machine? However, the other guy don't like that they have retina cameras and can see everything they see. Now we see the cyborg going through town and he grabs something to eat. Why do they need to eat? He called Wayland Yutani with a security code after he snatched a phone. So he called Yutani and she's like, do you have my specimens? So apparently he may be some type of implanted life too, because he's like, I don't want to go back. They want him to come back for a debrief and come home. And he's like, I don't have a home. Everybody I know dead. He said the creatures are his life's work and he's going to get them back. So now the second kid comes up to give him a report on the mission, and she's like, Wendy's your favorite. And he said, says who? And she said, I thought smart people didn't ask dumb questions, but let me tell you what went down. So she thinks she's the best, but don't care that Wendy's his favorite. She said, my dad threw the first pancake in the trash. So she tell him some of his ideas about the world, and he said, okay, I'm going to give you some reading material. Does this mean I'm your favorite now? No, but you're in the race. Oh, Lord, now the cyborg done shown up with Skimbleshanks or whatever his name is. The guy that got asked the riddle. Now the cyborg pops up. Did you figure it out? I figured out yours. Oh, he done linked into his mind through the network. So the cyborg's like, look, I'm sorry if I scared you. I had a kid too. And the guy's like, I'm not a kid. Well, how old are you? My little girl your age hated raisins. You said everybody needs a friend. Will you be mine? I don't know if I do it. Over with Wendy and that doctor. Wendy finally wake up while the doctor's sleeping next to her. And we see them patching up the brother. Meanwhile, with the other kids and that guy that acts as the millionaire and the second in command, we dissecting one of them pods. However, Wendy can hear them cutting into this thing and the chittering, and it's getting to her. So they zap it to sleep, and then she's okay. Chittering. So she go in the room to see what they doing. And so as they're taking the little brains and the thing apart, she pass out. So it looks like they're going to take the little alien and put it in one of the brother's lungs that they took out. And then once it goes in the lungs, she starts waking up again. Fascinating. I'm glad the second one came on, or the third one rather came on last night. All right. I will see you for, I guess, Miami. So tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate. She needs to know.